In this series of videos, we are going to walk you through the installation of our new audio systems for the Polaris General side-by-side vehicle. So without further ado, let's head on inside and see how it's all done. All right, guys, I am now joined by Brad with our new product development team, and he is going to help walk us through the install of our General Stage 1 audio kit. So Brad, what comes in this kit?
So in our Stage 1 kit, we include our vehicle-specific dash kit and bracket, as long as with our PMX source unit.
All right, and to install it, what's the first thing we need to get started with?
First thing we're going to do is remove our hood and the top of the dash.
All right, well, let's get started with that. All right, now that we have the hood removed, we're going to go ahead and remove the top of the dash. Now the dash itself is held in place with a number of plastic rivets that need to be removed. So to do that, we're going to use a special tool designed for removing those plastic rivets. But of course you may not have this in your toolbox. So a small flat blade screwdriver will also suffice. Just be careful because you don't want to scratch up or mar the plastic when using this.
Now that we're ready to install our source unit, the first thing we're going to do is remove the pocket out of the factory location. This will actually make it a little easier to do the wiring. Once we have that out of the way, we'll take our ground wire. It has a male and female spades. They will connect to the ground wire on the cigarette lighter. It will work as a T, so everything will still function as normal. Then we'll take our power wire, run it through the factory grommet, and attach it to the stock switch distribution block.
All right, at this point, we're ready to start prepping our PMX radio into the dash kit to go into the vehicle. So Brad, what's the first thing we need to do to get the dash kit ready?
First thing we do is locate the proper parts. We need our main dash piece as well as the PMX2 adapter. Now we'll assemble those together with 4 screws. We'll mount the PMX unit in there with its 4 screws. Then we'll be able to move onto the car itself, where we'll slide it into the factory pocket location using the metal bracket to sandwich it in between. Once we get that, we can mount it with its screws. We'll be ready to move on to the next part.
All right, so at this point, we're ready to go ahead and start making the electrical connections for the radio. This is done by plugging the multi-pin harness that we installed earlier in the vehicle into the back of the PMX unit itself. This would also be the time that you would make connections for your speakers. Now in the Stage 1 system install, we of course only installing the radio, so there are no speaker connections that we'll be making. Or if you're installing any of our speaker systems, then of course you would make those connections at this point. Once all the electrical connections are made, we'll go ahead and fire the system up, make sure everything is working properly, and at that point, go ahead and reassemble the vehicle. Alright guys, that pretty much wraps it up for this install. So as you can see, it was pretty easy and straightforward to do. So Brad, is there anything you'd like to add before we cut out of here?
Well, as always, if you have any questions before, during, or after the install, give us a call. We'll be more than happy to help you out.
And as always, make sure you check out our website for more information on all the products we manufacture. And of course, check out the YouTube channel for more installation videos. Well, that wraps it up for us on this one. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again in another video.